Ambassador, if we can go into recent developments and the killing of Major General Qasem Soleimani, the head of the Quds Force, IRGC Quds Force, and the response by Iran to that killing. Would you give us a little bit more detail about these developments, how it affects U.S.-Iran relationship?
We had gone for a year and a half with a very low-level escalation on the side of Iran, with them getting no satisfaction. But when they killed the American contractor, it put in motion a chain of events, of escalatory events that threatened to get out of control. The way that I see the situation following the Iranian strikes on the evening of the 7th of January, the morning of the 8th of January in Iraq, is an attempt to address Iran's domestic audience, because they had created such fervor at the death of Qasem Soleimani. They needed to address, then they had created a need to respond, so they responded. Second, the Iranians seem to have calculated or calibrated the strikes not to cause American casualties, so that it is not necessary for the United States to respond militarily to Iran. But third, they have continued a series of threats to the region in social media, through statements by some of their proxies inside Iraq, with possible attacks threatened for retaliation inside Iran against Dubai, against Haifa in Israel, and more broadly against international trade and commerce and oil flowing through the Strait of Hormuz. I think what we see right now is an opportunity to move away from military escalation to some sort of internationally sponsored discussions about the real issues that are at stake.
Even before the latest escalation, Iraq was going through its own crisis, which led to the resignation of Prime Minister Adel Abdel Mahdi. How do you see kind of Iraq and the political system in Iraq weathering these crises into 2020?
I mean, Iraq is in a very difficult position, and the American overthrow of Saddam Hussein in 2003 let loose political competition among the major groups inside Iraq, which really had not occurred in the same way under Saddam Hussein. So you had quickly a Kurdish-focused bloc, Kurdish interests, Sunni, Shia, and the Shia were divided between many who were pro-Iranian and follow the ideology of Vilayat al-Faqih, the rule of the clerics, and others who are more secular and urban and would simply like to see Iraq develop and be more prosperous. Unfortunately, this breakdown of the Iraqi population is mirrored in the breakdown or the differences in Iraqi political views. It is also mirrored in the differences among Iraqi security forces, with large parts of the Iraqi security force, especially from within the popular mobilization forces, either being direct Iranian proxies or carrying out positions which are Shia nationalists and more sympathetic to Iran, counterposed against the Iraqi army and the Iraqi Air Force, the Iraqi Navy, and the counterterrorism services, who seek to be a more professionalized, mainline military force and has been working very closely with the United States and with our other coalition partners, particularly since 2014 and the fight against ISIS. So unfortunately for Iraq, the divisions within Iraqi society make it easier for the United States and Iran to find supporters inside Iraqi society. So I expect, unless there is a longer-term lessening of tensions and maybe a bigger deal that is struck with Iran in the next couple of years, Iraq is going to be a place where those tensions are played out.